Hello. So, animation. I assume if you're here watching this, you at least know a little bit about it. I have chosen 6 main types of animation to rank, and I have done minimal research on each type as to explain why I place them at each rank. I'll be ranking all 6 of these with this handy-dandy tier list that I happened to find in the Amazon package I consciously ordered. First is stop motion / claymation. This is actually how I started animating. It legit started with some kid in my activity group showing us how to make a flipbook with a pad of sticky notes. I completely forgot about flipbooks until I saw some kinda YouTube video, and for the rest of the school year I made a bunch of random flipbooks. Plus there are those people who make that awesome subway art. If it wasn't for this next part of stop motion, I'd put this in S, but claymation brings it down a whole lot. I think claymation is cool and expensive, and I give mad respect to anyone who does this, but honestly, I just think a bunch of movies have given claymation a bad rep in my brain. There are movies I like that are claymation, like Paranorman and Box Trolls and Wallace and Gromit, but, big but, movies like Flushed Away, Shaun the Sheep, and Nightmare Before Christmas just give me an unignorable ick. I want to watch NBC more, but I just can't. I used to love Flushed Away too, but I tried rewatching it and the entire movie made me awfully uncomfortable. So to make this easier, stop motion S tier, claymation D tier. The only reason I put them together is because they both use a series of photos to convey movement. Next is traditional, but I'm going to be focusing solely on cell animation, which I think is awesome. So cool how they physically painted the backgrounds and the characters, and their limbs, and SpongeBob. Then they have physical copies of these magnificent pieces of art. And I've actually taken a selfie with the cell. Here's the picture, but of course I'm blurring my face. I am very bad at taking photos, and I don't know if you can actually see it, so I'll explain. Here's the frame in which Pongo bit one of the bad guys on the butt and tore off his pants. I'm not sure if the background is correct, but it doesn't matter. It's supposedly super expensive and hard to maintain, but it evens out because of Cuphead, which is an absolutely incredible how this game was hand-drawn, putting cell / traditional into A tier. Next is rotoscoping, which I'm honestly not a super big fan of. It just feels lazy. It is very good for beginners, but only if you rotoscope. The only skill you're improving on is tracing every single frame. I admit, I rotoscope dance gifs and stuff because I'm very bad at those normally. So yes, I do this from time to time, but at least I try to do it myself and figure it out. This tier list was for learning, this would be C tier, but since it's type of animation, I'm putting this in F tier. It's just lazy, and honestly, referencing the dance or whatever is better than rotoscoping, even in the learning tier. Now we're on 3D animation. Again, respect to anyone who does this. I've tried 3D modeling before and it gets really tough. So adding vertices and physics and joints and all that stuff sounds too complicated for my feeble mind. In 2D digital art, like I am right now, I can do whatever I want just by tapping glass with a plastic tube. With 3D animation, you have to think about an extra-dimensional plane, keyboard shortcuts, different parts instead of layers, a way higher frame rate, and math. I'm sure my buddy Astro over here on the short where he showed off a game he was making had to animate the walking and the menu and all that other stuff you need to make a 3D game. It takes a lot of time to practice and master, but it really is stunning when it comes together. A tier. Honorable mention for Rubber Hose. It's just cool and I really like the style. This is shown in Cuphead, and also I'd recommend playing that. Second to last type of animation is digital animation, such as with Flip-a-Clip, Adobe, Procreate, Dreams, what I'm using, etc. The transition from random flipbooks where a stick figure turns into a puddle to Flip-a-Clip on my 7th grade Chromebook felt very odd. Also, that is why my first 3 videos look like goofy. And then, I got my iPad that summer, and had to transition from the mousepad thing built into the computer to an Apple Pencil on an iPad, which wasn't too bad, because around that time, I had been making little short animations in Procreate on my mom's iPad, so it wasn't awful. But a little while later, a little bit after finishing editing my Splatoon lore video, Flip-a-Clip decided to reboot and delete everything. The Splatoon video was already done, but it still made me really mad. When I got Procreate Dreams, I was getting a little bit frustrated because I couldn't understand it. But now, I've got it down. Anyway, I believe with zero bias, that digital animation is really good, A tier. And finally, the most incredible and awesome form of animation, all of them. I always found it so cool how the people who made Spider-Verse and the people who made Taylog use so many different styles. They might not actually have, but it still touched my heart that they would do this. I mean, in Spider-Verse, they have hundreds of Spider-Man that are all completely different, and that's super cool, S tier. And now, here's the entire tier list. Thanks for watching, please leave a like and subscribe. This video was super fun to make, so tell me if you want more like it. Bye-bye!